Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios on this 04.04.2025. Current time is 0604 a.m. Eastern Time here in upstate New York. That's the southern tier of upstate New York where I live and reside. On this Friday. Thank God we made it. We made it to Friday. The weekend starts, except for those people that got to go in for today and get through the day. Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich here on Rumble Studios and Rumble and over there on X, where we're broadcasting on X Live. Let's check that. Check me out on X there. That's my mainstay for social media platforms. Yep, we're running live there. Let's see what it looks like. We have 0 people there, but we are up on the X Live, and we're also on Facebook Live. I remembered to push the button, folks, and there we are. We're looking mighty snazzy on Facebook Live, and of course we're on Locals, YouTube, Twitch. And right here on Rumble, using Rumble Studios, gets me out to those platforms, and we appreciate the folks on Rumble. Rumble rocks, as I'm starting to like to say. And but we are getting our day started here. We have the morning coffee, first cup of the day, and it is tasting mighty fine. Go ahead and skip through this. Bring that up on the Rumble. We have the Rumble broadcast on the Roku. And we're doing good, but we're up and about with the first cup of coffee. Good stuff for hashtag positive start to the day, hashtag PSTTD. But we made it to the weekend, folks. Again, for those people that have to work, my heart goes out to you. I've been there. I'm if you're watching this for the first time, I am officially retired. I've been retired. Next Sunday, a week from this Sunday, will be 2 years that I've been retired and been collecting Social Security. And knock on wood, I plan on having many more. And as far as that goes, it's been a fun 2 years so far. And I didn't think I could have this much fun and be this much relaxed. I think more so than being at the day job and stuff. Do I miss the day job? No. After having these first, not knowing what I know now about retirement and stuff like that, I'm doing fine and stuff. Not rich, not poor, but we're doing things sufficiently here. So we're off and running, and we're sort of light in the chat here. Usually we have 1 or 2 people in the chat on a Friday, and so we're not. Maybe they might come in here a little later, but we currently have 1 person on Rumble, 1 person on Locals, 1 person on YouTube, and 1 person on Twitch. And who do we have on Locals? Or we have 0 people on X Live. So it might be a light Friday here, which is good. I hope everybody had a good week, though. I did. For the most part, yeah, I think we did have a good week this week. I had a good day yesterday. Starting out with the audio podcast, and then we did play some PUBG Battlegrounds with our good friend Wingnut. We had a good day. We had, it was better. It was a good day. We didn't get. We still had the cheats, but we had a good day playing and had fun. And then I did do the. I did get my house on Lord of the Rings Online. So I got the house in Herbrook. Housing area in Breland. 3. What's the road? I got it written down here. What is that road? Oh no, it's 4 Garden Street, Herbrook housing, Breland housing and stuff. What's the wow?
NBC and Peacock has a Manchester game on 11:30 Sunday.
What's that?
NBC has the game, Manchester game on at 11:30.
Oh, okay, that's good to know. I'll be able to watch it then. That'll be a switch. Yeah, we watched. I listened to the Manchester City. If you've been watching of late here, the morning broadcast, I do follow Manchester City in the Premier League in soccer. My good friend Wingnut got me hooked on that team. That's his team. He's a diehard. He's like a UK version of the um, a Yankee fan with Manchester, and I like Manchester. I've listened to him on on the internet and stuff. But the game is usually you have to go to a subscription service. So I guess this week Manchester is going to. Manchester City Football Club will be televised on NBC Sports, so I'll be able to watch it at 11:30 this Sunday. That's good. That's an update from the missus there. When she says, "Oh no," I listen. There's something going on because um, she doesn't usually say "Oh no" unless she knows how I'm. Um, I think we watched Manchester too. She watched the first game I watched. Was it last month when I started following them? So that's good to know. That's good to know. But we also had our Let's Talk Football. It was sort of a half-ass broadcast last night, real sporadic because I got busy doing the housing thing on Lord of the Rings online game. And you can go there. You can go to Lotro.com and you can play for free. You just go in the upper right hand corner, click the thing, fill out the thing, and you can play in Middle Earth like I do and stuff. I've been a VIP. I pay a subscription, so I get a little bit further out the free maps. But the free maps that you have available are tremendous as far as what you can play now for free. And so I was busy. I was busy playing Lord. I was offline. I didn't broadcast it, but I was on getting my house and stuff like that. And look who the cat dragged in, Captain Rehab. He's late. He's saying good morning. Good morning, Rich, and coughing. Oh, he hears you coughing. He says good morning.
Good morning, Cap.
He's, she says good morning, Captain Rehab. There you go. Yeah, she has. We still have a lingering cough there, but she's doing real well over well. So good morning to Captain Rehab. You missed out last night. Hey, let me get your. Seeing that you're right here, who are you going? I got Tony's picks. Let me get your picks right out of the gate. Here's the games. Who are you going to pick? I'm jumping the gun here, but I don't know if Captain Rehab's going to stay the whole hour and a half, 2 hours. So let me bring up my UFL tab here. The games this week for the UFL, we have for the first game for tonight, your pick for Birmingham Stallions and Michigan Panthers. Who are you going to pick? Who are you picking, Captain? I picked Michigan. Tony picked Birmingham. Who are you going to pick? What's your pick? Are you still there? Or did you just do it to pop in, pop out? It's Birmingham or Michigan for the first game tonight at 8 o'clock. You're going to make a pick? I want to get your picks here, dude. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. There you go. Thank you. We got Captain Rehab. He's on the ball. Well, of course he's on the ball. It's Captain Rehab. He's going to pick Birmingham. Really? They played like crap last week, man. They got whacked. Okay, Birmingham. Let's see. DC. Oh, DC. You're not picking your Memphis Showboats, huh? DC's a good choice. I tell you, DC, I think they're going to be one of the premier. And then Arlington. That's who I picked. Tony picked Houston. Okay, and then you're picking St. Louis. Very good, sir. Captain Rehab for St. Louis. Tony picked San Antonio. We might be able to catch up on Tony this week because I think St. Louis will beat San Antonio and Arlington. I think they're going to romp on Houston. I don't know. Houston's not that good as last year, so there's Captain Rehabs. He's picking Birmingham, DC, Arlington. So we might be able to. We might pick up and go ahead of Tony this week. So thank you, Captain Rehab. Glad to have you get those picks. We keep the thing going here. As far as that goes, of course, it's UFL football. Tonight will be Birmingham and Michigan, and then that's tonight on Fox, and that's at Ford Field in Detroit. At what time is that game? It doesn't say what the time is. I think it's 8 o'clock. Yeah, 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, and then in Washington D.C., the D.C. Defenders have a second home game with Memphis Showboats at 8 o'clock. That's on ABC tomorrow night, and then Sunday the 12 o'clock game is Houston Roughnecks and Arlington Renegades on ESPN, and then on Fox Sports 1, FS1, the San Antonio Brahmas against the St. Louis Battlehawks. They're in the Dome of America Center, and that place is going to rock. Of all the teams, St. Louis fills the stadium, and that should be a good game to watch. That's going to be at 6:30. So, okay, it's a 6:30 game instead of 3. Okay, 12 and 6:30 on Sunday. All right, so there we have it. We have our little bit of sports here at the beginning. So, but glad to have you, Captain Rehab. I hope everything's good. Good with you as far as that goes. We did miss you. We had sort of a half-ass broadcast last night. I sort of last minute it. I got too caught up in that Lord of the Rings online stuff. But let's see. Currently here in the southern tier of upstate New York, we have a temperature of 48 degrees Fahrenheit. It's nice. It was nice yesterday. It's been a nice day. We went out for a walk yesterday. Me and the missus will be going out for a walk today. And I have to say, spring is here. Spring is here. I mean, I don't know. I'm almost have to shed this. It's a little warm. What's the temperature in here? 60. It's almost 70 degrees here. Excuse me. I'll shake that cold. I'll shake it. It's a morning cough there. At least it's not a smoker's cough. My father used to have that when I wake up in the morning. He'd be hacking away. Smoker's cough. That's bad news. Don't die on us. No, I won't, Captain Rehab. Thank you for your concern. Currently, though, 48 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 8.8 degrees Celsius here in southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside. And Tina, good morning. Tina, our Jersey girls here. Good morning. Just getting started here. Why I wasn't there last night. I don't know. Why weren't you there last night, Captain Rehab? That's, I don't know. Why I wasn't there last night. Oh, okay. Back up. Okay. Yesterday was a terrible day at work. Lots of problems. Oh, one of those days. Okay. I got you. You got to take care of the real world shit. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Captain Rehab. That's why you weren't there last. Okay. No problem. That's okay. That's real world stuff. I'm not going to kid you about real world stuff. You got to take care of stuff and stuff like that. And Captain Rehab saying good morning to Aunt Tina, as far as that goes, our Jersey girl. And I'm trying to calm down my dog. He's getting nervous. Oh, you got thunderstorms down there. Oh, really? Oh, wow. What's our radar look like? I'm not sure. I didn't look at the radar this morning. And Tina saying good morning to her nephew, Captain Rehab, as far as that goes. So there's the chat. I was, when I first started this, so it's like the first 10, 15 minutes and stuff. Yes, thunder and lightning in Philly too. Oh, wow. Okay, you guys are rocking and rolling down there. Okay, let me see what the current local weather is right here. We got a few. It's cloudy mostly, but it looks like it's for the most part. I don't know what. Let me see what the national is. Let me bring up the national weather map. Oh yeah, it's rocking and rolling down in Jersey. Holy crap! Just south of us. Let me bring this up. We got some weather going down there in Jersey and Philly. And it's coming straight across too, south of New York. It's coming straight across, coming out of Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio, as far as that goes. So let's see. Let me. Okay, what am I doing here? Oh, there we go. Let me bring this up here. Here we go. Here's the current weather in the Northeast, as far as where Captain Rehab is at, and right there, it's you got all of Jersey. There's Tina's right in the middle of it, and Philadelphia's right there. So you can see it's rocking and rolling down there. There's Philly and most of Jersey, central Jersey. It's coming straight across though. Oh, look at that weather out west. There's some weather. We got weather churning out there. Of course, they had some thunder, some tornadoes down Tennessee way that were pretty bad. So there's our current weather right now. So and it looks like there's rocking and rolling. Cap, I'm 30 minutes from Philly. Okay, so you're right. You're right in that general area. You're right in the mix of it, Captain Rehab. And Tina says, Captain Rehab, is it cloudy with a chance of meatballs in the southern tier? You never know. We have a strong Italian community up here in upstate New York, as far as that goes. Okay, so there's the weather, and as far as that goes, and we'll keep tabs on that. So Tina's keeping Rocco calm down there, as far as he doesn't like the thunder. No animals like the thunder. Here in the southern tier of upstate New York, cloudy skies early, then partly cloudy this afternoon. High 59 degrees. Winds out of the west or out of the north by northwest, 5 to 10 miles per hour. And that's normal right there, 5 to 10 miles per hour. And Tina's laughing. Let's see. Sun will be rising this morning at 6:43 a.m. and that's in 17 more minutes. The sun will be rising. It's starting to get a tad. Okay. 6:43 a.m. The sun will be rising this morning, and it'll be setting at 7:35 p.m. We're getting more daylight, a minute each day. It looks like, folks. The sun will be setting later today. Our world times and temperatures as I speak, starting in Honolulu, Hawaii, at 12:22 a.m. Cloudy skies, little clearing, 75 degrees Fahrenheit. In Phoenix, Arizona, at 3:22 a.m. currently at that location. Cloudy skies, 55 degrees Fahrenheit. In the windy city of Chicago, Illinois, at 5:22 a.m., 41 degrees Fahrenheit. Cloudy skies, partly cloudy. And New York City, the jungle, as I like to call it, at 6:22 a.m. 6:22 a.m. here in upstate New York, the southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside. But in the city, New York City, it's raining. Of course, it's raining down there in Jersey and Philly. 63 degrees Fahrenheit there in New York City. And Captain Rehab says there was thunder and lightning in Philly yesterday too. I was the most mad I've ever been in 10 plus year career so far. I went off. You went off on the boss. Oh, yeah, I've been there. It's not. Hopefully, it's not. Next week you're not going to regret it. I've been there. You got to be careful when you go to the challenge the boss. You got to make sure your shit's together, because I've been on both ends of the sticks, especially in the Air Force. I've had to eat my words a couple times back in the Air Force. So that's made me more humble than I want. So let's see. Going across the pond, the Atlantic Ocean at 11:24 a.m. in Cork, Ireland. Cloudy skies with some sunny clearing. 55 degrees Fahrenheit. In Milan, Italia, 12:24 p.m. Mangia. Lunchtime in Milan. at 12:24 p.m. there currently. Sunny and clear, 66 degrees Fahrenheit in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia at 6:24 p.m. It's thunderstorms. There's thunderstorms in Kuala Lumpur as well. 6:24 p.m. 79 degrees Fahrenheit in Tokyo, Japan at 7:24 p.m. Currently in their evening, 54 degrees Fahrenheit, and down under on the great continent and great country of Australia, that's only getting tariff 10% compared to other countries around the world by the United States. But in Melbourne, Australia at 9:24 p.m., cloudy skies, 61 degrees Fahrenheit in their evening, and 9:25 p.m. also in Sydney in their evening, 72 degrees Fahrenheit and cloudy skies. Those are our world times and temperatures as I speak. Yeah, I'm looking over. There's that list of countries and stuff like that, and Australia was only tariffed tax 10%, I guess. Tim Fan 40. He's at McDonald's. Let's see. Captain Rehab, going back to what I said, definitely won't regret it. He needs me. Okay. You're one of those people. Okay. That's a good thing. Be cherish that, my friend. Don't take that for granted, okay? Because the minute he doesn't need you, that's when you get to, that's good. That's always a good thing to be in a job where you know you're needed and stuff. But don't get cocky with that, okay? And, let's see. Tim Fan 40 coming in from Michigan, some McDonald's location where he's having breakfast, and Kuala Lumpur. He likes that. He likes me saying Kuala Lumpur. Yeah, there's an actual place, Kuala Lumpur. I know there's a broadcaster that I knew from HAPS that I see him every once in a while pop up. He's an educator that lives out there in Kuala Lumpur. And Tina says, good morning to Tim Fan 40 over on the YouTube from the Twitch. So we're doing pretty good. Wow, we got one person on Rumble, one person on Locals, 5 people on the Twitch. Wow. Twitch is coming through this morning on a Friday. Usually Fridays they do. One person on YouTube. And let's see, do we have anybody on X Live? Yeah. No, nobody on X Live. Let me refresh that. Let me make sure. No, 0 on X Live. And the Facebook, we're still holding with nobody over there. But let's see. I got to refresh the Facebook. Facebook just drags. Yeah, I just seen me mention how I good morning Tina, Tim Fan from YouTube from the posting there by Tina. Let's see what else we got here in the comments. Tim Fan 40 says that's true. Everybody can be replaced, but if you're important to the job, Tim, they'll keep you until they find somebody else. Believe me, I've been in that situation where I was cocky. I thought, you can't replace me. They had somebody. I had to train my replacement, and that was the writing on the wall. But I moved to better pastures and stuff like that. Can I check the weather in what's that lake? No, I'm not going to check the weather. I have no idea where that's at. So, and Tim Fan 40 on the YouTube side saying good morning to Tina, and lots of laughs at Canna to Captain Rehab. So what is that? No, I'm not checking that place. You got access to internet. You can check the weather. I'll check the weather where you guys are at and where are my locations. But let's see. So that's our world times and temperatures. Our thought for today comes from a gentleman, and it's South America. Is it? Now you got me curious. You got me curious. Let me check. I got to fact check. But there's a play on words. Oh, there it is. I just popped it. What the hell am I doing that for? I put it up there. I didn't want to do that. Captain Rehab's got me going on a Friday. That's good. Let's see. Where is that? Oh, yeah, I guess it is. It's down there. It's a lake in South America. Oh, that's a nice looking lake. Wow. That'd be a nice place to go visit. I wonder what the cost of living. It costs to get there. It's going to cost you $1,610, and it's a 19-hour. It's 19 hours from the airport in Ithaca. It's Google is telling me. Like I really want to go there. There is a place. There's a couple places I'd like to go to in South America. I really would love to go to if I had a chance. It was that Central America. There is one place in Peru, and there's another place in Central America. I would love. I would if I had an opportunity to go to one of these two spots, especially this one spot in Central America. I'd get on the plane in a minute because it's something that I would love to see and stuff. And uh, train them wrong in laughter later. Yes, that's true, Tim. That's true. Train them wrong and laugh later. It's true. Let's see. Our thought for the day comes from a gentleman. And where's my thought for the day here? It comes from a gentleman named John Lubbock. And I'm thinking, I know this guy. No, I don't know him. He's not the John Lubbock. I think there's an actor named John Lubbock. This John Lubbock is a former member of Parliament of the UK, and he passed away back in 1913 at age 79. But he was known as Sir John Lubbock, fourth Baron from 1865 until 1900. Was an English banker. He was a liberal politician and scientist and polymath person, but he had a good quote for the good quote, and this is our thought for the day, and it goes as follows: "A day of worry is more exhausting than a day of work." So, in Captain Rehab's case, he did the work. He wasn't worrying about what could be. He got the work done. Using his example of yesterday, he got pissed off and mad, but he got the work done. And his boss is probably appreciating it. So a day of worry is more exhausting than a day of work. So Captain Rahab, he's got a day of being mad and pissed off, but just to use an example, and that's sort of coincident, isn't it? But so what's he meaning here? John Lubbock is suggesting that mental strain and physical toil on worrying can be more detrimental than the physical exertion of a workday. You know, you're screwing up your head because you need to get the job done that's at hand as far as that goes. So, in that case, you don't worry about getting it done. Sometimes you do. You got to be concerned, okay? But if you're worrying and then it just deflects, so it detracts you from getting things done as far as the work. So do the work. Leave the worrying off to the side, okay? Have some concern because the concern gets you motivated to get it done. So a day of worrying is more exhausting than a day of work. And I would have to agree with John Lubbock. So God bless and Godspeed, John Lubbock. That was a good one. That was a great one. They're and I don't even know that the guy's not even a real famous guy. He was just a baron over there in London back in the 1800s and stuff. Let's see. Our National Day today. What do we have on the list here? We have National. Oh, I like that one. National Vitamin C Day. The missus just got me some vitamin C. I'm a strong believer in vitamin C. I take it every day. I take at least 2 grams. Sometimes when I had this cold, I was taking up to 4 grams of vitamin C. So that might be a contender. Let's see on the list. We have National Chicken Cordon Bleu. I like cordon bleu. I don't think it shouldn't get a national day. National School Librarian Day. I actually met I went grocery shopping. Was it this week or last week? No, it was 2 weeks ago. I crossed paths with my elementary school librarian. He's a gentleman there. He was one of the first guys that was a librarian, but he's retired. He's older than I am, of course, and him and his wife. His wife was a librarian here in Tioga County as well, One of the libraries here. Libraries are good places to go. I don't go to a library enough. Let's see. Hug a newspaper person day? Nah, I don't think so. Jeep 4x4 day? No, I don't know about that. Um, Oh, AS. Oh, that's the safety guys, I think, isn't it? Oh, OSHA. OSHA needs to stop by our jobs so can shut it down. We need a fresh air intake spray foam. Oh, wow, and boss won't get it? That's not good. That's not good. Every time I spray foam, it's so hard. Man, you should be using that stuff unless you have the proper breathing apparatus. Tim, you know that. You know my feelings about that. I'm a firefighter. I used to wear my Scott Air Pack religiously. Religiously, man. You don't want to go. Be careful, my friend. We're gonna go with National Vitamin C Day. Today is National Vitamin C Day. So drink up that juice. We got cranberry. We've been buying cranberry juice now. Cranberry juice has been tasting pretty. I forgot to get a glass yesterday. I said I was going to get a glass. I'm going to have a glass this morning. But National Vitamin C Day on April 4th each year shares all the ways vitamin C nutrients and benefits are health inside. Hashtag Vitamin C Day. And while vitamin C is widely recognized for warding off colds, the vitamin is also clinically proven. Clinically proven. What happened to my screen here? What happened? Clinically proven to be a powerhouse in other areas of health too. For example, vitamin C may reduce blood pressure and potentially lower the risk of heart disease. Um, those at risk of gout can lower the risk by increasing their intake of vitamin C. So vitamin C, I tell you, I take it religious. I do get a cold. I had a cold here, but I wasn't down in bed sick. That's primarily because of vitamin C. I've been taking vitamin C since when I was running cross country in high school. Tip, typically, vitamin C keeps skin healthy and protects it from oxidative damage caused by daily exposure to light, heat, and pollution. The popularity of tropical vitamin C products has risen dramatically. And you got to make sure when you drink orange juice, it's not a lot of sugar. Okay, it's 100% juice. Okay, though some people say, well, there's sugar. That's sugar too. No, but it's natural sugar. Natural sugar is always going to be better for you. And believe me, if you take too much vitamin C, you're going to be going to the bathroom to to, to to do the pee bit a lot and stuff. But vitamin C, you always have to replenish that every day. Okay, I can remember back in the day when I first started taking vitamins, people thought I was nuts taking vitamin C. I studied a lot about it. I did a paper when I was in the NCO Academy, and I did a 1 hour, was it about an hour, 2 hour lecture on vitamin C. We had to present. That was part of the curriculum when I was in the Air Force. It was NCO Academy. When you get up to a certain level on your rank, you had to go to this. It's sort of like a upper management type thing. Of course, I didn't go any further than what I was at when I was there. Most of the people in my class, they ended up retiring chief master sergeants and stuff. Um, let's see. Tina likes that. Yes, on the vitamin C, I take it. Tell boss no, and he'll send me home. Well, at least you'll be healthy, Tim. That's what I got to say. That's a trade off. But you're the one that has to work. Captain Rehab. That's why I like sugar. Okay. Captain Rehab, your comments, I tell you. No, but serious, vitamin C. I did a paper, and actually, I was after I got done, I was just it wasn't just the class I was in. There was people on other classes that came in. They wanted to get more information on vitamin C because I presented in such a way that I can't remember. There was like several things that related. There was like I think I had 5 or 6 bullet statements on why vitamin C. And this was back in the the early 90s, mid 90s, when people were just looking at vitamins, unless you were a health nut and stuff. I wasn't a health nut, but I knew vitamin C. I just felt that I just looked at myself that I hadn't been sick at all. Just common sense observation. I'm not a doctor or anything like that, but other people would get sick and be in bed for days on end. I would get a sniffle, but I was still functioning and stuff, and it was because the vitamin C kept it at bay. Because when you get sick, the cold virus it bites at the vitamin C, and the vitamin C keeps it in check. You're going to still feel a little weak and stuff like that, and you're going to have a cough and stuff like I had, but I'm still feel a lot better than I would if I was full blown sick. So vitamin C has its benefits as far as that goes. And Tim says, right, Leslie. Yeah, yeah. It's your choice on your predicament there. I'll call it as far as that goes. Um, let's see. I would go ahead and go out on my way and buy my own mask and stuff like that just to make sure. And that would say, well, if you're not going to cure, I'm going to cure about myself. So screw you. And if he tells you to take it off, he says, no, unless you fix the thing. It's like, let's see, learn more about vitamin C. Learning, learn more about why vitamin C is essential to healthcare. Find the right vitamin C serum for you. It's not, just take the vitamin C, the raw vitamin C tablets. I take, like I said, I take 2 grams a day. I've had it up to 4 grams here last month, the last couple of weeks when I was sick, but I'm back down to 2 grams. I can remember when I was running, I was doing over 200 miles a day. I was up to anywhere from 7 to 8 grams I took daily, and my body needed it. And it just makes you health. It just makes me feel healthy. I like vitamin C, and vitamin E is another good vitamin to take. Um, so um, so so today is National Vitamin C Day. It's $500. Well, maybe you can find something, a used one or something like that. But I don't know. I I don't know what to say other than the fact that other than bring it to OSHA's attention. Maybe off to under the table, so he's going to probably know it's you anyway. But I'm just telling him not foaming until get rid. Yeah, I would say too. You have to have the right. You have tell your boss you got this old crotchety retired firefighter that half the time he doesn't know what he's talking about, would tell him straight to his face. You have to have the right equipment for the right job. If you don't have the right equipment, you're going to have a shit job, and your employers as well as your customers are going to notice, and it's going to fall back on you. And any boss should have some sense of common sense. If he's letting that go, tell him I don't think, just hearing what you're telling me, Tim, it's not common sense. So you could tell him, for me, an ex firefighter, that he's a horse's ass if he doesn't get his equipment fixed. That's telling me he doesn't have pride in his business. If he's not taking care of his workers, he has no pride in his. And you can quote me on that. He has no pride if he's doing that. He doesn't care. And if he says, "Well, yeah, I don't care," it's just like, well, then it is what it is. How long you been working there with him, Tim? You've been working with him for quite a while, I think. You told me that before. Let's see here. We're gonna go do 100 years ago, I think, if I can find it. Tim's going to tell me how long he's been working. Let's see. Do we have one? No, we don't have a 100 years ago. The last one is March 31st. What's going on? Let's see. Tim Fan 40 or Captain Rehab. Go directly to HR and tell them they're not providing it. Well, he's a contractor, Captain Rehab, so it's an independent business. They don't have HRs in independent businesses. He can go to OSHA, and if that's the case, that's a major OSHA infraction, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, he should go to OSHA and tell them that the boss isn't providing the proper PPE performing the job. Because the thing is that you know you can take him to OSHA. I mean, OSHA is clear cut. You got a chemical environment. You got to have the proper equipment. And if he's been in that business and he's slacking off, then he's not taking his job serious. That's all I got to say. I mean, could you imagine if I was a firefighter? Oh yeah, here's your hose, and you can connect it to the fire hydrant, but oh, we're not going to give you a hydrant wrench. You're going to have to figure out some other way. We don't have money for hydrant wrenches. They're like, that's full of crap. You got to have the proper equipment to do the proper job, and that includes maintaining your safety 360 around. Yesterday we did have the audio podcast. We talked about a little critter in Nepal, an Asian small claw otter that hadn't been seen in over 200 years. It's back. I guess there was one that was injured. They picked him up and they took pictures and they brought it to. They said, "Oh, we thought this was extinct. It's a little otter. It's the smallest otter." We talked about him. So they need to do some conservation mitigation there to make sure that that little bugger is secure. Um, we have no 100 years ago on Fox 40. So let's see. I'll just read the old school. Let's see. Was 50 years ago today, Microsoft was founded as a partnership between childhood friends and computer whiz kids Bill Gates and Paul Allen. The company became the largest seller of software in the world, developing. They developed them. They didn't invent MSA. They stole MS DOS. But they developing MS DOS for early IBM PCs, and I used to know MS DOS, the ins and outs of that. That was, and later Windows and Microsoft Office. So that was back in 1975. Both Microsoft and Apple were taking off there. Let's see. 1958, the peace sign was, well, I guess it's the peace sign artwork was created by artist Gerald Holtham in London for the anti-war protest in Amsterdam, England, incorporating the flag signals for the letter N and D for nuclear disarmament. Oh, okay. Happy birthday at age 60 to this actor, Robert Downing Jr., the Iron Man. He was born in 1965, so happy birthday to him. And in 1968, Jimi Hendrix, B.B. King, Buddy Guy, Joan Mitchell, Al Cooper, and Ted Nugent met up for an all-night blues folk rock session at the New Generation Club in New York after hearing the news of Martin Luther King's assassination. Oh, that's the other thing. Today is the anniversary of his assassination, as far as that goes. On this day in 1969, the first temporary artificial heart was implanted by Dr. Denton Cooley. 1969. You notice how they tell you about the doctor, but who's the patient that received it? President Ronald Reagan on this day in 2002 called for an international ban on chemical weapons. Oh, that was 1984. 1984. That's right. He wasn't around in 2002. 2002, the Angolan government and United Rebels signed a peace treaty ending the Angola Civil War, and that was a brutal war. And let's see, like I said, it was back on March 4th, 1968. Civil rights leader Martin Luther King, who was 39, was shot and killed while standing on the balcony of the Lorraine Motel in Memphis, Tennessee. King's death triggered a wave of riots in the city across the United States that killed an additional 43 people and injured 3,000, which Martin Luther King was saying, no, you shouldn't have been doing that. He's always been one for peaceful demonstrations. He never had any violent demonstrations, but that was a sad day because he was assassinated. I think it's 2 months. Was it in June? So that'd be April, be May, June. Yeah, 2 months in June. That's when Bobby Kennedy was assassinated. Also, 1968. That was the day. That was the year the music stopped, I guess. 1841, President William Henry Harris succumbed to pneumonia 1 month after his inaugural, becoming the first U.S. chief executive to die in office. Harris's vice president, John Tyler, was sworn in as president 2 days later. 1841. Wow, that's unreal. He got a cold from pneumonia 1 month after. I guess they were out there. Inaugural day was too cold. They should have had it inside. 1949, on this day, 12 nations, including the United States, signed the North Atlantic Treaty in Washington, D.C., establishing NATO. And the United States of America, despite what anybody says, is still going to be part of NATO. When President Trump says, "Oh, we'll leave if you don't pay your fair share," that's he's just getting them to pay their fair share. 1973, the Twin Towers, which are no longer there. But in 1973, the Twin Towers of New York's World Trade Center were officially dedicated, and that's about it for history, as far as that goes. So we are going to go ahead and take a break. I still got some coffee here, so let's see. We'll finish out the sports. We talked about USFL. UFL starts tonight again for this week 2. Did the broadcast last night, and let's see, NBA action going back Wednesday night. Wednesday night we had Celtics lost to the Heat, unfortunately. Knicks lost to the Cavaliers, and that was Wednesday night. Last night, the Brooklyn Nets lost to the Timberwolves, so we're on a losing thing. Come on, guys, come on. Tonight we're going to have the Celtics and Suns up there in Boston, and we have. That's the only game for today. Where's the 70? Where's your 76ers? They're not playing here? Oh, there they are. They play tomorrow. They play the Timberwolves tomorrow there, Captain Rehab. And tomorrow the Knicks will be playing the Hawks down there in Atlanta. And Sunday the Brooklyn Nets will be playing the Raptors down there in Brooklyn. And who else do we got playing Sunday? Knicks will be playing the Suns on Sunday. And that's it. Celtics are off. Major League Baseball. I haven't been watching any of it this week, I guess. I didn't see any torpedo bats. The one time I was watching the Yankees there at the beginning of the week. But let's see. Wednesday night games. We had Mets beat the Marlins 6-5. That's a close game. And Captain Rehab's Phillies, they won 5-1 over the Rockies. Yankees lost to the Diamondbacks again. Wow, Diamondbacks 4-3. That was Wednesday. Last night, the Yankees beat the Diamondbacks. There we go, 9-7. I wonder how. I'm curious about that torpedo bat. Anything over 5 runs, 6 runs, there's got to be a torpedo bat involved. And Phillies beat the Rockies last night. Today we're going to have the Mets are hosting the Blue Jays down there in Queens. Yankees will be going to Pittsburgh to play the Pirates. And Captain Rehab's Phillies looks like they're off today. They're playing tomorrow. They're playing the Dodgers tomorrow down in Philly. That should be a good game. Okay, there's our baseball. Manchester City. At the beginning of the broadcast, you heard if you were here, you would have heard the missus says, "Oh no," and I go, what are you talking about?" And she's out there. She said the Manchester City Football Club, they're going to be televising the game this Sunday, which is good because normally I listen to it online as far as that goes. Let's see. Oh, I got to bring that up. Okay. So I'm following Manchester City, and the win that they had the other day against Leicester City, which they're not that good of a team, because Manchester got 2 goals right in the first half, but they sort of slacked off in the second half. They should have won by 2 additional goals. But this Sunday, who are they playing? They're playing Manchester United at 11:30, and then next Saturday, the 12th, they play Crystal Palace. So their last win, they moved them up. Oh, they're back. Oh, they went. Okay, Chelsea won last night, so they're back in 5th place. Manchester City, they need to win. They need to be up in 4th place in the Premier League. There's another option. The FA. They're also in the tournament for the FA Cup. Is that what it's called? And yeah, the FA Cup quarterfinals. If they can win the FA Cup, that gets them into the championships next year and stuff. I guess my PUBG Battleground mate Wingnut was explaining that to me. So there's more than one way to get into the championship. Manchester City. That's going to be interesting. That'll be good to watch them on Sunday. And then I'll bounce over to the football game there on the UFL football game. The last week on the UFL football, I did not watch a full game. I was just dipping in and out and stuff like that because it was pretty obvious last Friday's game, the St. Louis Battlehawks, they were just killing them. So it was like, well, I'm not going to watch the rest of this game. It's just like, okay. And for the most part, last week games, as I was saying last night on Let's Talk Football, UFL football, the 3 of the teams that won last week, they won overwhelmingly and just pretty decisively. So we'll have to see what this week takes out because if those same 4 teams, if they're on a roll, that's going to be a significant thing there because some of these teams, I don't think they can. The UFL teams, from watching them last year and the year before, once they're on a losing streak, they can't come back, other than playing out the season. Let's see. Well, it's getting close to 7. We have our good friend Liam. I was on his broadcast yesterday in the chat for a little bit, and he's on. I don't see Hal on yet. So, okay, I'm going to take a break, folks, and we'll be back. And I got to refresh my coffee. And we'll go over to the local news to see what's going on and stuff like that. So hang in there. I will be right back, and we'll continue the second part of the broadcast here. So let's go ahead and bring it up. What is it? Skateboard? There we go. No. We don't want that one. We want bubblegum. There we go. we're back. We are back here for the Friday morning coffee. Oh, I forgot to turn off the loop. But we're back here for the Friday morning coffee for 04.04.2025 at Rumble Video Broadcast. And I am Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich over there on X, where you can follow me or just check out my X page. You know what I'm doing for the day, and as far as that goes. And we do appreciate checking that out as far as that goes. And I like X. X is a great place to be at, and been over there for a number of years, and I am a premium. And it's not for the blue check mark. I could, it's just I have access now to um, what do they call that stuff? What do they call that item? They call it X Pro. It's the old Tweet Deck. The old Tweet Deck. I like that. Tweet Deck is freaking good. Tweet Deck, it gives you a broader picture on what's going on, and as far as that goes, and I do appreciate it. Thumbs up for securing America's skies. Oh, that's a nice one. And if you just check, I just posted something over there about the F-16 on X, and but we are back here and on X Live. Let's see, do we have anybody over on X Live yet? Oh, we got one person on X Live. Thank you very much for being here, the one person on X Live. And we do have over on Facebook, anybody on the Facebook? Let's see. No, it looks like a little grainy, the Facebook. Okay, there it is. It cleared up. I refreshed it. And we're also over there on Locals. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitch. We're on X Live. We're on the Facebook and Rumble. We're right here on Rumble, too, where we have one person on Rumble. And glad to have you here. You spend a little of your time to watch this knucklehead broadcast here. And we're getting our day started for a hashtag positive start to the day, hashtag PSTTD. And we also have a second cup of the morning coffee here for the second half. Oh, there's Hal. Hal just went on. Okay, so there's two broadcasters that come on right after, well, when I come on, Liam, who is Jim Figerty over on Twitch, he's already on. But right after that, right at 7 o'clock, Hal Massa, he comes on. He's a radio guy there that's out there in Michigan. He's a good dude. And he does the Friday Scream, I guess. He's actually working while he's broadcasting. He does the traffic and weather from his basement, but he broadcasts, and I think he uses. I'm not sure if he uses Prism Live, but he broadcasts. He broadcasts out to the various things. He goes to either. I don't know if he does multi-broadcasting, but he's on Twitch today. But they do something on the radio show that he's affiliated with. They do the Friday Scream at 9 o'clock or something like that. Okay, Tina. See you later. Yeah, Hal's on. Tina, our Jersey girl. She pops out of here and she pops over there and stuff like that, which is I think is cool. Share the wealth, share the love, as you would call it. Share the love. See you later, Tina. Have a great weekend. Yeah, I keep track. Give them a shout out as far as that goes. They're two good guys. I was on. I was in the chat yesterday morning after I did the audio podcast, Jim Figerty's broadcast, and it was good hanging out there, having a cup of coffee with his viewers and stuff. Let's see what we got in the news here. Running down through our news, starting in news Fox 40. Let's see, what do we have? We have a new store opened up. Yeah, new business opened up. We're going to go ahead and check this one out. This I'll probably end up going to the store. We shop at Price Shopper here in Southern Tier, but this is a new business that opened up, a new grocery store. The one across the street went out of business, Grand Union. So, but this looks pretty inviting. It's an interesting store. You probably heard of it. I'm not sure how extensive they are as far as their presence as far as around the country. Let's see, what do we got here? Studio. Turn off the banner, and there we go. It business report. We got a business report. Let's see. Let's see what this is all about.
New business opens in Owego, and hundreds of residents stood in line for the new grocery store to open. Grocery store chain Aldi opening a new location in Owego on State Route 17C. The location has been in the works since 2017 with a grand opening this morning. The first 100 customers inside received an Aldi-themed gift bag, and customers were able to enter a sweepstakes to win a $500 Aldi gift card for the opening weekend.
Just looking at the response this morning, it's incredible. Incredible. I spoke with one of the general managers in there and hasn't seen one quite like this. This is really good. And I know the community has needed this, and we've been looking forward to it.
I think just having like another big grocery store, a lot more access to like better produce and such rather than just waiting for the yearly farmers market. It's really nice to just have that, easy to come in, get it on the go. Can't complain too much.
The store also installed a camera on the store to assist authorities in monitoring the Susquehanna River in case of future flooding. The location will be open 7 days a week from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Okay, so we have a new Aldi store there here in Owego, New York, and the thing they're not saying is, right across the street there used to be a grocery store, and it was called Grand Union. Excuse me, clear that throat. It was called Grand Union, and prior to that it was called Tops, because Tops and Price Chopper come under the same umbrella, and you can't have two supermarkets supposedly in New York State in the same community under the same corporate flag, I guess. So they changed it to Grand Union. But that grocery store across the street, which was there's some people didn't like it. I didn't mind it. I thought it was good. They had a good bakery there when it's up and running. Aldi's a little as notoriety that they have box, bargain basement prices and all that stuff. It's still a grocery store, but I couldn't believe the picture there with the lines. There was the lines all the way going around the parking lot.
Yeah.
It's like just to get.
It's exciting to get something new.
Yeah, it's something new in the area. They've been working on this store for since last fall, I believe, last summer. So we wish them well. Hopefully, they do sell products. I guess do they sell at a lower price? Supposedly.
Yeah, because they don't have it. There's nothing fancy.
Yeah, nothing fancy and stuff like that. So
you pay a quarter to get your cart, and then you get your quarter back when you put the cart back.
Oh, you got to pay for your cart. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay, that's interesting. So me and the missus eventually, I don't know, maybe sometime next week we might take a swing in there, but we're not going to stand in line to go to a grocery store. I like our Tops or our Price Chopper. Price Chopper, I know the people. The missus knows she's very. They know her. I mean, that one bagger, she made sure you weren't going to lift anything.
I don't know her, but she was. Yeah.
Yeah. They
don't usually ask how heavy you want the bag. She was good. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's something new here that just taking place this week, and I'm here. What's wrong, Tina? Why are you here? Are you still here? Hal's broadcasting. Oh, you're still here. Okay. All right. Hang out here. Usually over there with Hal. No problem. Is he having problem? Huh?
Tell her hi.
Oh, Tina, the missus says hi. Let's see. Let's go back to Fox 40. So that'll be interesting to see. I just like to take a run through to see what it is and stuff like that. Lots of laughs. No. Hi to the missus, Tina says. So she says, oh, he's not having problems? Okay. You're just in both you're bouncing back and forth. Okay. Let's see. So that's a new store, Aldi's. I have yet to be in one. There's a couple of them around the area. And like I said, I like Tops. The one grocery store that's probably a premier, and they have one up in the up there in Johnson City, and they have them throughout New York State, and that's Wegmans. Wegmans is to die for. I think they're good. Hal says waiting for Hal. Hal? YouTube says waiting for Hal. Well, he's on. Let me see. Let me check. I got him on the Twitch. Oh, is he? Does he multicast when he does broadcasts? Oh, I'm getting his commercials. What commercial is this? Oh, this has to do with the. I guess today is the release of the Minecraft movie. Yeah, Hal's on Twitch. I see him there. I'm looking at his commercial. As far as that goes, so okay, we'll bop this back to where I'm at. I have him up on veg and cheese at Aldi's. Oh, you go to Aldi's? Allison has good sauce. Okay. Yes, you love Wegmans too. Yeah, Wegmans is okay. They have them down there in Jersey. Wegmans is a pretty good store. But we usually do Price Chopper. We go to Walmart. They have a grocery store in the super Walmarts. That's pretty good. We go to BJ's. BJ's up in Johnson City. We get groceries up there sometimes. Veggie and cheese at Aldi's. Okay. So I'll have to check out Aldi's as far as that goes. Let's see. Let's go ahead and see what else is on Fox 40 for the local news here. And that's about it for Fox 40. And let's see, WEBO. I'm not seeing anything on WEBO as far as news. That's the local radio station here in Owego, New York. WNBF, that's the radio station, AM radio station, 1290 AM up there in Binghamton, 92.1 FM. They're good. I listen to them in the afternoon. Full disclosure, I have no affiliation with Fox 40, WEBO, WNBF, and WBNG, and all these other places that we're looking at right now. I just we just look at. I give you an idea of what's happening here in the southern tier of upstate New York. Vacant building may be leased by manufacturing businesses. Oh, let's check this out. This is an Owego building. This is here in Owego. Oh, this is interesting. This is from WNBF. Let's see. It's from Bob Joseph, who works there. He's a reporter. And let's go ahead and bring this one up. Always like to know of. It's always good to have new businesses come in. Let's see. Let's bring this one up. This is from WNBF. Vacant Owego building may be leased by manufacturing businesses. Of course, President Trump has done the tariffs, started the tariffs there on Liberation Day as of this past Wednesday was the 2nd, and trying to bring a lot of manufacturing back, which I think is good. But a new manufacturing operation may move into an unused building in Tioga County. That's the county I live in. Discussions are underway to finalize a proposed lease of 161,000 square feet on Route 38 in the town of Owego. Adam Weissman acquired the building for $3 million in 2021. He uses it for cryptocurrency mining. That's right. I remembered that. He has the old guy. I know the building is it's a pretty large facility, but he does crypto mining on the site for a time before moving the operation into northern New York. Weissman told WNBF News he is preparing to lease the building to a manufacturer. He declined to identify the potential tenant. Weissman said the final decisions are taking place for leasing. He said the issue of parking at the site still must be worked out. Several dozen tractor trailer associated with Weissman's neighborhood recycling facility parking in a lot on Route 38 at night. Okay, so he uses the parking, I guess. So he has to move those out if they're going to lease it. If I'm leasing a building, I don't want your trucks in my parking lot. Weissman said he still needs to use the site overnight parking for his company trucks. Now Weissman's he has a scrap metal place. He's big time. But he does a lot for the community up here in the southern tier of upstate New York. The challenge now is how to provide sufficient number of parking spaces for business who want to use the business. Weissman said he did not know how many people might be employed at the proposed manufacturing operation. The facility has been closed as of 1987 when it was used for the SCI. The company shut down in the Owego operations about 7 years later. The site later was used by, it was Harvard Custom Manufacturing. That's what I remember. And Catalyst Manufacturing Services, which later was acquired by a company in France and closed the facility in 2014. So there's that facility, and I know there's another facility for manufacturing. It's Hatco. Hatco was they made circuit boards, and they went out of business. And hopefully with these tariffs, it'll be interesting to see that these two facilities, and there's a lot of space and plus there's a lot of space for manufacturing up there in Endicott, New York, at the old IBM site that IBM no longer uses. So that's always good to, as far as businesses here in the local area, which we do need in the southern tier of upstate New York. So, okay, so that was off of WNBF. That's a good story there. Got two good stories. We got a grocery store starting, and then we also have a store that may be an old manufacturing plant. And yes, that is good, Tina. That is good. That's always good to have businesses come back. Let's see, WBNG. Let's see, what do we got? WBNG. Anything? Let's see. I am not seeing any. There's nothing going. Oh, they got another story about Aldi's. Look, go ahead. Bring businesses back. That's what President Trump wants to do with these tariffs. The tariffs, we got to give them a chance. I don't think they're going to be long lasting. I think they're just basically to do a reset, because the United States of America, we've been taken too much advantage of, and we've been giving too much of our money out of this country to other countries. So it's time to turn the tables, so we can, and we will. We have another story from Aldi's here. Let's go ahead. This is on WBNG channel. Let's go ahead and bring this up. Better quality. Yes, definitely. Better quality. I can attest to that. Believe me. I've worked in the manufacturing field when I first got out of the service, working at IBM. And IBM, I remember when I was working there, they wanted to take a certain product and bring it over to China. And when it went over to China, I was training these high-end engineers how to do basic constructing of this. It's called an ultra fine pitch chip carrier. You put the chip on it, and then you attach it to the board. But there's a process, and the process I was at the very beginning, as far as making the actual chips. And it was interesting because every little detail these engineers wanted to know. They took the process over to China, and IBM brought these chips back in. But the thing of it is, they were more expensive because there was massive amounts of, for every one good one, they would have 10 scrap, and you can't have that in manufacturing. You could have one, you get maybe 100 good ones and then maybe one bad one. That's a true good workflow for manufacturing. This new China plant, as high tech as it was, supposedly was supposed to be high tech than the one there at Endicott, New York, where I worked at. It just folded. And eventually IBM is out of the manufacturing business, but that's how IBM got started. And I learned that process. Your basic manufacturing process from one plant to the other is almost the same. You got certain workstations, there's a workflow, and you have to do certain things. And you line that up in such a way that your product gets out real quick. But you also, like Tina says, you have better quality. when you have workers that care about their product. IBM thought they were going to save money, and they didn't. They should have just kept it here, and they actually ended up bringing it back here, the process. So let's see what we got. Okay, we're going to talk about the Aldi store here. Let's go ahead and bring this one back up here. This is on This is another story about the opening. Oh, my battery's running out. I forgot to plug that in. Plug that back in. I forgot. Oh. Okay, we got that plugged back in. I forgot to plug. Did I plug in the? Yeah, those are plugged in. I forgot to plug in my laptop. Almost went out. Yeah, it was down on. What we got here? Remind me later. Bring us back. Don't show again. Okay, there we go. We're back up on the big screen. Okay, let's go ahead and crank this story up.
Welcomed a new grocery store as Aldi opened its doors along State Route 17C. With a limited number of places to shop for food in the area, 12 News' Keith Savage caught up with newly happy grocery shoppers.
What's your favorite thing about it?
Prices.
All the prices and the quality.
The prices.
In March, the doors of the popular Grand Union in Owego closed. Meanwhile, just across the street, Aldi was preparing to open, with Thursday being the official grand opening.
Well, I was excited to go to Aldi's, but a little nervous that there would be so many people that it would be kind of, crowded and elbowy, but it wasn't. It was nice.
Just wanted to check it out and their prices. I didn't even want to get a cart to go in because it was so busy, but just to check it out, and I was killing time.
For the many shoppers who have enjoyed their experience at Aldi's in other towns, the location at State Route 17C did not disappoint on their first day.
We love Aldi's shopping, that's for sure. We like the products, their the health products, and so forth.
I've never had a customer service person roll their eyes at me or walk right past me or anything like that. They're always willing to help you.
I think it's wonderful. Prices are going up, and this is super.
The Aldi in Owego will be open from 8:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily. Keith Savage, 12.
Okay, so there's another perspective there. It's here in Owego, right near the. Actually, the site the Aldi sits on used to be the old Treadway, and they knocked that down. They have two other hotels there, the Hampton Inn and stuff, but Aldi's is in that plaza. Now that right behind that sign, that facility back there, I think that's where the new Taco Bell is supposed to go. There's supposed to be a Taco Bell, and I think that's where they're supposed to go there. So this area of Owego is getting, but right across the street is used to be Grand Union, and they closed it down. And that one lady about the rolling of the eyes, it's like, I mean, I go to other stores in the area, and the people that work in these stores they're good people. I don't know what she gets this rolling eyes of the workers and stuff like that. It's just like, oh, come on. So, but I don't know. I wouldn't be waiting in line to go to a grocery because it didn't show it in this piece, but the previous video there from Fox 40, it showed a line going around the parking lot. I wouldn't wait. It's like, come on. But there's some people, because it's something new. It's something new, and hopefully they have a good. They work it out pretty good as far as that goes. Let's see, what do we got for?
Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. We're walking, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Tina says we go there to get sausages, cheese, and vegetables fresh. Okay. Oh, what's this? Cortland Fire Department assists in large-scale hazmat training. Oh, this is. I don't know if this is going to show up. Let's see. Let me check this one out first. Let me mute that first and see what we got here.
And I don't want to say it's done, only because
this
the stories
is
we
WBNG does
the
this
people
bit
that
where
are here and what they've done in the past, how they've been able to remain here.
No, we're not going to
That
do
spirit
this one.
is alive.
This one, it's showing a completely different story. Okay, so we'll go ahead and unmute that. I'm going to look at something here real quick. See if we can bring it up under another. Let's see. Do we have a video for that? No. Let's see. News. No. Okay. Go back to channel WBNG. Let's see. Nothing there. Nothing there. Talked about Aldi's. And I guess that's it for WBNG. And let's see. The whale. Let's see. We got anything on WAAL? No. Okay. Channel 34 News. What do we got on Channel 34 News? Okay. We'll see you later, Tony. You're going to go, or Tina. We'll see you later. I don't know what's going on with our big board. I'll go check Hal. Okay, yeah, Hal's on. He's on. Oh, he's not on Twitch anymore. What happened? Did he drop? He's not on Twitch anymore, Tina. So, yeah, he dropped on Twitch. Okay. I don't know. Let's bring myself back up here. Okay, there we are. I don't know either. He dropped again. I don't have him on the. I don't have. So he must be having internet problems. Okay. All right, we're back up there. Let's see, channel 34. Let's see, what do we have over here? Anything? Nothing on channel 34 that I'm seeing that pops out. And no good articles. There's just BS news on channel 34. And then let's see, WENY. Nothing really there. Okay, so nothing there. And let's see. We have anything? Nothing on channel 18. What about the Penny Saver? Penny Saver. Of course, the new Penny Saver is going to come out. No, nothing going there. KGB. Nothing on KGB. KISS 104. Nope, they talk about the same vacant building in Owego. And let's see, on 106 up there in Buffalo. Nothing really pertinent there. Or on Power 93.7. So I do think let's see. I do think we are at the end of the broadcast here, folks. I'm not showing anything. And let's check on the the weather there. Yeah, that's looking rainy. And Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi's not doing all that great. Let's check the weather map here. We're at an hour and 30 minutes, so we're going to go ahead and wind this down, I guess. Let's see, I got a comment here. What's that? Take the missus for, yeah, we're going to be going for a walk, Tina. She's taking a shower, and I usually take my shower, and then we go out for a 21 to 25-minute walk on the golf course. It's nice. Okay, looks like New York State is, we'll just do a follow-up on the weather here that's going on. Of course, there's rain going through central New Jersey, through Philadelphia, and the like. So let's just bring this back up as far as that goes, the weather map. Oh, we don't want that. Sorry about that. We do not want that. We're already back, folks. We're back. We'll put that there, park that there, and we'll bring up our weather map again. And it's still raining down there in Jersey. This is the Northeast. The weather coming in from out in the central United States, out of Missouri, Indiana, coming straight across. So it looks like you got all the weather down your way, Tina, for today. So up here in New York State, the southern tier of New York State, that's right here, right in this area. This is Broome County. This is Tauga, and this is Chemung, Elmira. This is what I consider the southern tier. For the most part, what people say the southern tier. And yeah, lucky you. Yeah, lucky you. You got the rain for today. And it's a pretty extensive system that's going straight across the country out there to Kansas. Of course, I would imagine out there in Kansas, they're getting some tornado weather right there. So that's the United States. Go around the world. They got some rain over there in Spain, a little bit over in Ireland, over in Romania, Turkey. Nothing down in Africa. We swing nothing down. Looks like there in South America. Got some rain over there and off the coast of North Korea. Australia has a little rain. They got they got some rain down there in Tasmania and down there near Perth, right there. When Elon Musk, when SpaceX, when they're flying the Starship, it lands right here in the ocean when it gets there. The last two ones, they haven't made it there. It's suborbital, but there's Australia, New Zealand, and let's see, Hawaii. Hawaii's looking nice. He's got a little, and we swing back to the United States. Up to Alaska, they got a little rain up in Alaska. So there's our weather situation as we get ready to exit stage left here, folks, and get our day started. Because we've been on for an hour and a half, so we're good. We're good. News is sort of quiet, so that's always a good thing, I think, when you don't have all that much news. And it's a good way to start the weekend, as I would say. So let's see what else. I will probably be doing the gaming of Lord of the Rings online. And Tina says, thanks. Have a great day. Yeah, you have a great day too, Tina. Thank you for being here. And Hal's back on. He just popped up. He's on the Twitch. Just to let you know, I'm checking here. I got him on the Twitch. Let's see if we can. Let me see how his signal is. We're gonna check on Hal here real quick on the Twitch. Let me turn that off. Okay, let's go to Hal Massa. We'll check on Hal here. Let's see. Yep, there's Hal. He's on Twitch. Let's bring him up. Let's see.
Out here.
There he is.
Yes, nobody, I think, has Periscope anymore since Eric deleted it. All right, we're cleaning up our crash situation from earlier, but we still have some boxes in the ramp lane of southbound 475 to eastbound 69 that you might have.
Okay, he's actually doing his radio thing. He's doing the traffic report. But there's Hal Massa. You can see down here. He's on the Twitch. So we'll see you later, Tina. Have a great weekend. Yeah, he's on Prism Live. He uses Prism Live. So he's broadcasting using Prism Live. Okay, you're welcome, Tina. He uses Prism Live to broadcast on Twitch and YouTube. I usually watch him and when I do watch him, I watch him on Twitch. And then the other gentleman that I watch will go to his page, and this is where's Lamb? He's not in his box there. He's usually sitting right here. But this is Jim Figerty. This is the other gentleman there to highlight, give them a shout out as far as on the on Twitch, and two good guys that. Let me bring me back. There we go. Those are two great guys that I see on daily, as far as on Twitch, and they're too good at guys. Just give them a follow. Give them a follow, and they're good guys to hang out with, and such. So we appreciate them as far as that goes. And like I said, they're straight arrows. They're good dudes as far as that goes. All right, folks, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. I want to say again, thank you to Tina for being here. I want to say thank you to Captain Rehab also for being here in the chat. Thank you, Tim Fanforty. He was pretty active in the chat today. Thank you very much, my friend. Good to have you here. And I think that's all we had. It was just the three of you there in the chat there. Tina left and she came back. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. We appreciate her presence here. And but you all have a great weekend there. And the folks that are watching here on Rumble Studios or Rumble Locals, YouTube, Twitch, X Live, and the Facebook. Thank you very much for those that were just sitting back watching. That is greatly appreciated as well. And you spent a little bit of your time to spend it here watching this knucklehead do the morning coffee broadcast, for starting to get a hashtag positive start to the day, hashtag PSTTD. And we do appreciate it. And we also appreciate those folks that are listening to the audio pod, because right after this, I end up repurposing the audio over there on Spotify for Creators, at Fireman Rich on Spotify for Creators, and to where you can just listen to the audio. But I think on Spotify, because I load it up in a video form, you can watch the video too over there. So it used to be Spotify for podcasters, but now they say Spotify for Creators, because if you're an online creator, you do video, but you can also do audio. So I do both. So it works out pretty good, and I do enjoy doing that. So thank you for those folks that are listening over on the audio pod over there on Fireman Rich page. And let's see what else. That's it. And we'll be doing some broadcasting later today, maybe in a couple hours. I guess after the walk, I might come back and get on Lord of the Rings Online and broadcast that. But I will be on Lord of the Rings Online broadcasting this weekend. I really enjoy presenting that, because I have a way of presenting it now to where I use Prism Live. That's the same platform that Hal was using there, but through that platform, I broadcast here to Rumble, to Twitch and YouTube, and I get it in a 1080p visual format, and it's a lot more enjoyable to watch the gaming in 1080p, because it just pops at you as far as the game, and there's a lot of good scenery in Lord of the Rings that I like to present, and it's a game I truly do enjoy watching. All right, folks, Rich Roberts here on Rumble Studios, wishing you all well. You can follow me over again on X at Fireman Rich. That's my mainstay for social media postings and whatnot. I do post on others. For those, just Google at Fireman Rich, and you'll see where else I am, where I post at. So you all have a great one. We made it to the weekend. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll be talking to you in the next broadcast here. And you all have a great one. Live life. Have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Take care, folks. Thanks again.